Hey guys, I'm gonna be reviewing a video called Top 1% Woman Routine by Dr. Faye Bate.
You have all the potential to create the life you want, but without the right habits, it's virtually impossible. Between work, trying to stay healthy, keeping up with friends, and actually making time for yourself, it's easy to feel like you're getting through the day instead of thriving. But becoming that woman, the best version of yourself, the one who feels put together, energized, and in control, doesn't happen by accident. It's about small daily habits that make a huge
It happens if you listen to your intuition, if that's how you live.
difference. And today I'm sharing mine with the science to back it. Hello, if you are new here, then my name's Faye. I'm a medical doctor.
Alright, we have the science to back it. That's great. Forget about your own intuition, your own needs and desires, whatever you want. Let's listen to other people. And that's what we will live by. That's what will control our lives, essentially.
Living and working in London, and if there's
In London, lovely innit?
anyone who struggled to get it together, it's me. No one warns you that adulthood is basically 80% work, and if you're not careful, life just starts happening to you. You blink and suddenly your day's off. Those precious moments that are actually yours are gone before you've even had a chance to breathe. For so long, I felt like becoming the best version of myself was too confusing.
Alright, if you wake up and you're still yawning that you didn't sleep enough, or you're just generally too stressed, but most likely because you woke up with an alarm. It's not normal to wake up and then to still yawn. You just didn't get enough rest. So the way she starts her day is already wrong.
And just wasn't on the cards for me until I figured this out. My day off routine that keeps me productive, balanced, and actually feeling like her. So if that sounds like a bit of you, then hit subscribe so you never miss a video, and let's get into it. Part 1. What if I told you you didn't have to spend your precious free time scrambling to
Lovely seed slime in it. Come on, you can't start your day and be healthy, have any energy.
catch up on everything? Emails, appointments, and
Not like that, and then you put it in a toaster. It's done.
endless to-do lists, only to end
Oh my god, were those just seed oils? Some kind of sunflower oil or something? Man, at least she's gonna pop in some eggs.
the day feeling like you hadn't accomplished anything to go towards your long-term vision of what you want your life to look like. That lingering
So she's some kind of a doctor, and this is what she promotes for women. The eggs are fine, ideally raw eggs, but whatever. And then grain sludge, seed slime, like I said, with seed oils.
overwhelm is a common trap, and without structure, time really does fly by. This was me
Oh my god, I think that was margarine because of the square kind of container. Fuck.
until I ensured the first part of my routine after fueling my body with good nutritious food is to
Well, the eggs are kind of nutritious compared to what people eat today, obviously compared to the bread, but the bread only has sugar and anti-nutrients. Some fiber also, which is indigestible, which you don't need.
prioritize and plan. And do not be mistaken, this is not just your run-of-the-mill daily to-do list. This is a simple yet transformative habit that clears the mental clutter and gives me control over my day. First, I begin with a brain dump. I journal every thought, task, and worry that's cluttering my mind. Researching cognitive psychology
Love you, honey. See you later, innit? That's what they just said. You just couldn't hear it.
shows that this kind of externalization reduces mental load and decision fatigue, allowing your brain to relax and focus better later on. It's like clearing up the clutter on your laptop to free up storage. Once I've emptied my mind onto paper, I organize everything using the Eisenhower matrix, a method
Was that athletic greens or something? Some green toxic powder? Man, that's already been exposed. It's poisonous.
that divides tasks into 4 quadrants. What's urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and not important and not urgent. I determine what is important based on my goals at the time. So in medical school, this was doing well enough in my exams so that I could get a job as a doctor in London. Whereas now I have reached that goal, obviously what's most important to me has shifted. This structured approach doesn't just create order out of chaos. Studies have shown that using planning tools like this can reduce decision.
She just completely bases her life on studies, which are usually just based on correlations and associations, so not actually scientific studies at all.
Fatigue by up to 30%, which means you save mental energy for what truly matters. And the payoff is...
Yeah, this is what truly matters, sitting at the computer. You think that I think that this is what matters? This is nonsense what I'm doing also. But what is she doing? Scheduling her work or something? That's even worse. At least I inform people about how unhealthy they are.
Fabulous. With a clear plan in place, my day feels intentional, and we're ready for part 2 of my routine. When I started working as a doctor, I used to think I did not have time to exercise, and it took me way too long to realise I do not have time to not exercise. Research shows that exercise significantly boosts cognitive function, aka your brain power, by increasing the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, and if BDNF...
Yes, because you're stressed, you're alert. Why would you be running in nature? You're most likely running away from an animal or some kind of danger. Maybe sometimes after an animal, that's super rare. It's stress, that's why you're more alert. How is she trying to twist this as a good thing?
F is new to you, then it is a protein that supports the growth and survival of neurons, aka brain cells, which means better memory, sharper focus, and improved...
Yeah, in the moment, because you're trying to survive. That's why you look so horrible and exhausted, miserable, when you're doing that. Because you're stressed, you don't like what you're doing. I understand that most people don't get this, anything that has to do with biology, biochemistry, but you would think that a doctor would at least somewhat understand that, right? You run, you're alert, and that's why it improves in the moment, as in, well, can you even call it improving? It's activated more so. A doctor should understand that, you would think. Then again, they just get drilled something into their heads, and then they memorize whatever they are taught. And whatever a study says, it's like you're reading the Bible for them. It's just the absolute truth, as in for a religious guy or girl.
Improved mood. Other studies have confirmed that...
You don't actually have an improved mood, obviously, because people who exercise look miserable. It's that you release endorphins afterwards, not during the exercise, at least very little, if anything, because it's done and you're out of the danger naturally. That's what you would think, your body would think. The stress is gone, it feels better now. That's it. That's why the mood is better afterwards.
Increased BDNF is associated with improved executive...
Exactly, associated. Yeah, just associations, just nothing, anti-science.
Functioning, planning and decision making, which are critical.
Yeah, exactly, which is exactly what you would be doing when you're escaping. You now have the choice. Do I go down this path, which is better? Because you're in a survival situation. Look at the way she looks like, super exhausted, sort of dark eye circles from the exhaustion also, a very red face because of the stress. And your body, your brain specifically is thinking, what decision do I need to make to survive this dangerous situation? That's all that's going on. And the doctor should understand this. It's not as if you generally, in your life now, make better decisions. It's in the moment to survive so that you don't die.
Critical when you're balancing a busy schedule. In other words, a simple run in the morning doesn't just wake you up,
At least she's the only one doing that there. Maybe the people in London still have some sense.
And I use my salicylic acid toner. This version is Superdrug and is a dupe for the much more expensive Paula's Choice version. I use this max 3 times a week.
If you want healthy hair, a healthy body, all that you need to do is eat a lot of organs, liver, ideally drink blood if you can somehow get it. Even raw milk in some cases would be fine. But just eat very nutritious raw foods, ideally. And if you want to wash your hair, use raw eggs, clay, something like that. You don't even really need to anyway, because you become healthy on the inside and it shines through from the outside. So healthy looking hair, skin, etc. is going to come from the inside anyway, as in It comes from what you eat. All of the stuff that women use today is useless at best and usually harmful.
To reduce the appearance of blackheads. Then it's time to moisturise.
Same thing, don't want blackheads, eat a better diet.
With this hyaluronic acid moisturiser, again from Superdrug. This range has so many affordable evidence-based products that I would highly recommend. I have a detailed video on my science-backed, doctor-approved feminine hygiene routine linked here, but if you want me to do a video specifically on any research-backed glow-up tips and tricks, then...
Yeah, but it's not as if you as a doctor learn anything about this anyway, right? You're talking about exercise also. What do you know about exercise? You're just reading studies, which anybody can do. Okay, maybe doctors more so learn how to read them. Yeah, to be fair, that's for the most part true. But then again, you're just getting some kind of associations out of them anyway. So in the end, how do you know anything better about any of these topics as a doctor? I don't see that.
Here's why choosing matcha over coffee, especially on your day off, may be the smartest move you make. Now, don't get me wrong, I adore a good cup of coffee, but on my day off...
Coffee is toxic seed water and matcha is toxic plant water made from plant powders, green leaves. It's even more disgusting from what I've heard. I've never tried either.
I always reach for matcha instead. Here's why. Matcha isn't just about a caffeine boost. It comes loaded with L-theanine.
Yeah, but caffeine is a neurotoxin. Why do you need a boost of that?
An amino acid that works hand in hand with caffeine to promote a state of calm, focused alertness. Studies have shown that L-theanine can reduce the jitters and sudden energy crashes associated with coffee.
Well, yeah, because you're adrenalized, you're stressed from the toxins, and then you have the crash. And because it's a neurotoxin, you have the jitters. Again, a doctor should understand this, I would hope.
Helping you maintain a steady concentration without sacrificing that relaxed day off vibe. My favourite matcha at the moment is this brand that I will link down below. In this cinnamon flavour, Dylan bought me a couple of different flavours to try out. The vanilla is also...
Cinnamon is also poisonous, so you're just loading your body with poisons. Nice.
So really, really, really good, and I would highly recommend. After my mindful matcha moment, I headed off for a ridiculously exciting meeting, which honestly...
How old is this girl? Let me check. Oh wow, she's 26? Really? Wow, I thought that she's in her 30s. Sometimes when you have a lot of makeup on, it makes you look older still. Nah, if anything, she looks like she's in her early 30s at best.
gives me so much anxiety every single year.
You can also see dark eye circles from all the stress, the running. If you run in the morning and you drink matcha or coffee, dark eye circles are guaranteed. Really, just purely biologically, there's not even a way around it. It's too much stress.
Part 6, my midday reset. This is how I finally cracked the code for defeating a midday energy dip. The moment I feel my attention waning, or if I start to feel anxious or stressed about a particular moment, I don't just push through, I pause. Research shows that even brief sessions of mindfulness can
Lovely natural sky in London.
significantly improve attention, reduce mind wandering and lower stress levels. In fact, even short bouts of meditation are effective at reducing cortisol, the stress hormone that can impair cognitive.
But all that you do all day long is increase your stress. Why don't you just live not a stress-free life? Because you're a doctor, that's not going to be possible, but just have less stress in your life overall, then you wouldn't need to do any of this.
Function and can
Lovely green flowers. And what else is that? Some kind of tofu? What is she eating? Some plant-based diet almost?
enhance activation in the prefrontal cortex, which is essential for maintaining focus.
She has signs of premature aging from all the stress. What I noticed right away are the wrinkles on the forehead, which you shouldn't have at this age. But if you would remove the makeup, I think I can see that she has pretty bad skin also, as in acne. That's what it looks like to me.
And executive control. Just 5 minutes of meditation means my heart...
People who promote healthy eating, living, whatever, should not use makeup or in any way alter the way they look like. Just show yourself as you are, because that's what you're promoting. Then your skin and whatever should look good. It's deceiving, it's not honest. I can't take it seriously.
Rate was lowered and I could focus infinitely better.
I understand why girls use makeup nowadays. Don't get me wrong, not that I'm promoting it. I'm against it, but if she makes a video specifically about these topics, then just don't do that. If you want to wear it for your job and whatever, yeah, whatever, do your thing.
In my lunchtime meeting and really take in all.
Okay, it's her lunchtime. Okay, she's at work maybe. Okay, but it looks like she wears it all day long anyway, pretty much.
All the exciting opportunities that were being discussed. So I just had my annual.
Yeah, it's over the top, I would say, but whatever.
Vision planning session last year when we had.
Yeah, it's too much. Yeah, this is not normal. Nah, this is not normal for your age. The condition of the skin looks like you may be in your mid 30s. I don't want to say it, but really it looks like you're in your 40s already in this particular shot. If she would have said I'm 41, I would have thought, okay, yeah, you look 41.
When I shut down, I learned the hard way that evenings off don't need to be filled with anxiety and low self-esteem, thinking about what I should have got done. Since I tackled my most important tasks earlier on in the day using the Eisenhower matrix, I can actually flip a switch later on in the evening and allow my brain time to decompress after a busy day. Research suggests that establishing firm work boundaries and disengaging from work-related thoughts in the evening can significantly reduce stress and rumination. This can regulate cortisol levels and promote better sleep quality. Critical.
That's actually pretty funny when you think about it, the way he was giving her the noodles, the seed slime. Because you see this in movies also, right? There's that famous cartoon where the dogs eat the noodles, whatever that movie was called, from the 80s, 90s or something. But also in other movies, right? They have the seed slime with the red sauce to imitate meat, dead animals, and then they give them the grain sludge, like it's romantic, but you're giving your girlfriend or whatever, I don't know if they are married, whatever, something to make her infertile essentially, or at the very least unhealthy. So it's just weird how we have been brainwashed to do that. Like it looks romantic, even though you're basically poisoning your so-called partner.
Factors for maintaining overall well-being, but part A is the one step in my routine that really made the most difference in my life, making sure the evening includes quality time. Whether it's watching something together or just talking, I make sure that I am present. Not only does it feel good, but studies show that meaningful
Okay, that's all fine, but where are the children? You're just living in some apartment or whatever in London, alone with your boyfriend, with a candle eating grain sludge to be malnourished and infertile. This doesn't really look like a very nice life. It looks close to depressing, really. Especially because of the fake food that you're eating.
Social interactions can reduce stress hormones and boost oxytocin.
Well, yeah, of course, because you're with your loved ones and you're not running. Yeah, it's good.
Also known as the love hormone. Now, not only will this increase happiness, but could actually also boost cognitive function. Quality time is more than just downtime. It's my way of reconnecting with what matters most. Because honestly, what is even the point in working so hard if you don't have time to be fully present with the people who matter most? Now you know my go-to routine for feeling balanced and productive on my days off, but maybe...
I don't really see what was productive about this day. You work, you exercise, you eat horrible food which malnourishes you. What did you produce exactly? If anything, At your age, already for sure, for a while, you should have been producing children. It's just what you naturally do. I don't see how this could be called productive.
You want to learn about the micro habits that set me up for success, even with a busy schedule. Or maybe you want to watch this video, which has been specifically recommended just for you based on what you're interested in. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah!
Thank you for the lovely video in it. I feel like she may mean well. I didn't get the impression that she's for sure trying to harm anybody on purpose. No, but also not as if she's willingly ignorant or whatever you want to call it. I feel like she really believes these studies because she studied to become a doctor, and she really believes that all of the studies are 100% correct. There's no companies behind them that specifically pay the people to promote products, or that associations may not 100% mean that it's the truth, that is actually the way it is, that correlations mean everything. She, of course, for sure must understand that deep down. You could, of course, actually test if something is healthy for you. You take a controlled group, you take one group that does this, the other group that does this, and actually specifically test what happens in their bodies. You can do actual honest scientific studies which are testable and repeatable. This is what actual science would look like. Drawing correlations between this and that is not scientific at all, because anything else could be causing those specific effects that she talked about. And these kind of real scientific studies are hardly even done today. Maybe it's too much work. Maybe the people behind the studies don't really want to do that because it would prove what they don't want to be proven. It would prove that what they are promoting is not actually that good for you. Whatever the case, these kind of real studies, you don't really see actual controlled trials and so on. You used to see them a lot more than you do today. And even then, of course, you never actually know who's behind the studies, who's doing them. But if you want to trust any of them, which is all that you can do anyway, you can just believe in them, then if anything, you should be believing some randomized controlled trials, if anything at all. But these purely almost religious beliefs of associations and correlations are not something that you should be basing your life on, which it seems like is what she is doing, unfortunately. You cannot base your health on that. You can only base your health, your life, on your own intuition. You hate exercising, it makes you feel bad, it creates visible dark eye circles, you look stressed, you don't do it. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter if they would come out with 100 studies saying that it's good for you. It feels bad, you don't do it. The grain sludge that you're eating without the sauces in its raw form, it's inedible, you don't even want to eat it. You don't eat it. You eat meat instead. Steak tartare at a restaurant because you're a doctor. You can afford it. Order sashimi to your house, apartment. Eat that in the evening with your boyfriend while watching Netflix, being brainwashed, probably programmed by the shows. Or if you drink matcha coffee in the morning, you taste it without the milk, the sugar, and whatever kind of additives. You taste that it's poisonous, you spit it out, you never drink it again, and so on. That's how you can be healthy, if you listen to your intuition. If you will listen to studies which were created by other human beings, then you are not going to be healthy. Thanks for watching.